animals, I love the trees, I love the earth, so you'll love me. La da 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 dee. And that's why we're vegan. Fuck this shit. I think it's time we tell people who we really are.
Yeah, I'm sick of this wholesome bullshit.
About Madison again. Now, if you don't know Madison, she's recently become an ex-vegan and is claiming the vegan diet destroyed her health, destroyed her skin, and caused her to have unbearable period pain. Now, I'm very skeptical of this and I do not believe her, and I'm proud. New dude, obviously a bad influence. Seriously, so disappointed. And they got 146 likes. So obviously a lot of her followers noticed the new boyfriend changing her, and now she's become an ex-vegan. And that's what happens with these, influencer girls. And look, here's the old pal, John Venus, congratulating her on eating. Bothered me and worried me. So much love and respect for Maddie. I was just wondering what animal foods you have incorporated back into your diet. I am vegan, but I'm wondering if I should perhaps eat fish again. So you can see her followers have seen her eating animal products again. So they're like, oh, maybe I should do it. And they're all going to be young girls or whatever. They're going to follow her and do whatever she does because they don't even understand what veganism is when they follow people like this who just treat it as a diet, when it's a lifestyle about compassion, about not wanting to harm animals.
Agreed, my boy. Vegan Cronish here, laying the smack down. She is a damn liar. I mean, well, she's taking morphine for period cramps. So she's not seeing a doctor, I can tell you that right now, because she's not showing us blood work and all of this, even though she's talked about her estrogen being low. She's not seeing a doctor. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you say, oh, morphine has to be prescribed by a doctor. Also, she's got a new boyfriend, and he definitely doesn't look like a soy boy like her last boyfriend. So I'm just going to assume he's eating meat, and I'm going to assume that, he influenced this, just like Ravana. Bam. On to that comment where somebody's saying they are a vegan and now they plan on trying some fish. I mean, people are very easily influenced. And as you can see, as this fake poser was vegan for 6 years, just completely faking it, 3 meals a day for 6 years, other people will do this too, So people make huge lifestyle changes like this, just completely on a whim, just fickle as can be, just because they see people they like are doing it. It doesn't really depend on whether they feel great or anything like that. Yeah, they're just going to flip-flop because they see other people doing it. This is why it's so important that we talk about these things. I mean, this is why it's so important. I looked around in the vegan community and I was making sure there was no other vegan influencers acting quote-unquote rational and understanding why someone can't eat exclusively plants when we have thousands of ex-vegan anecdotes which could, accumulate into an actual study, and we could determine from that, well, maybe whether it's their body or the plants that we're having a problem with, maybe there's some reason that many people cannot eat this way long term. Maybe conversion rates, just especially being as, they can eat a few pieces of fish or some eggs and just get such a huge amount of nutrients that they hadn't been getting before this while eating whole foods, plant-based. They hadn't been getting it before this, and now, bam, they just get this load of nutrients that they hadn't been getting before. We could conclude rationally from there that there were some problems with conversion, whether it was coming from the plants or from their bodies. There's problems. There's problems with the bioavailability. There's problems somewhere.
Because I knew that she would probably end up taking it down like these flaky kind of people often do. They post something, and then it's like, oh, I didn't get enough likes, or, oh, there's too much hate, and I feel so depressed now, and I've got to remove it kind of thing. So at the end of the day, I thought, bam, I'm going to record this immediately. So
bam, once again, agreed. She did this for likes. She did this for clicks. She knew 6 years ago, she sat there thinking, you know what, I'm going to just come up with this scheme, like this whole diet scheme, and I'm gonna get people on board. I'm gonna do it for exactly 2,190 days, or, give or take a few. And 3 meals a day. And I'm going to do this till I get like a lot of people following along. I'm going to go to vigils. I'm going to cry. I'm going to eat my tofu. I'm going to pretend like I like it. I'm going to pretend like I believe in it, like I believe it's the best option for our world, like everyone can do it. And then one day after the 6 years is done, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to come up with all these health issues. Like, this is all of their plans, by the way. All of these ex-vegans, they all have like these plans where at the end they come up with all these health issues, quote unquote, and then they're magically resolved by eating meat. And it's just like a huge plan. So whether they did it for a few months or a few years or even a decade or so, you can't believe them. Like, I know it sounds crazy that somebody would do it that long just to fake something like this, just to be fake, just to play pretend, and just to say, gotcha, at the end, gotcha. I know it sounds crazy. I know you're probably thinking, well, if they wanted to do this just to fake us all out and sell stuff, why wouldn't they just secretly eat meat this whole time if they didn't even believe in it, if they were faking it? Well, let's just move on, okay?
It's no longer vegan thing is becoming a trend. It's becoming popular. Like I swear, people are doing this shit just so they can get views. So Maddie Lymburner has announced that she never was vegan to begin with. She's revealed her true colors. She's a plant-based poser or a fake vegan. There is no such thing as an ex-vegan.
Amen, my brother. Already been over this. Yep, agreed, 100%. She's a plant-based poser. And yeah, there are no ex-vegans. The only ex-vegan that exists is R.I.P. Reagan. She got hit by that truck. God bless her heart. You have to die as a vegan. Again, as Vegan Phobic says, I mean, he's a disgusting animal abusing murderer, but what he says is correct. You do have to die as a vegan to remain vegan.
Can vegans love and respect ex-vegans? No. That couple, the couple you see on screen here, Jacko Wacko and his girlfriend, they had the same story as Maddie Lymburner is not hot. She's not attractive. She's not even pretty. She is straight up ugly with a lowercase u. And that's cool. You can live great, meaningful life as an ugly person. You can even be a fitness instructor or an athlete. But if I'm looking at Maddie Lymburner, I'm thinking, wow, you've really got your work cut out for you if you're actually going to try to earn your living on the basis of your appearance. I mean, nobody should try to earn their living on the basis of their appearance. If you can possibly avoid earning your living on the basis of your appearance, try to do anything else, anywhere else. Try to find some other way.
Can compassionate vegans love and respect ex-vegans who, technically are, part of the animal kingdom? They are human. They are part of this circle of life. No. Shouldn't that be obvious? Doesn't matter the suffering they're going through. I mean, doesn't matter if for period cramps, something that most women don't even have to take an Advil for. I don't. And if they say they are taking a narcotic for something that should be a minor annoyance. My dad had leukemia and he was on morphine. And so I can tell you, it's a pretty hardcore drug. Doctors wouldn't take this lightly to just go out and prescribe any and every one morphine just because you got, a little bit of pain here and there. You can tough it out. Come on. You can tough it out. You can stick it out. You can figure out what's going on after 6 years, right? No. So yeah, you cannot love these people. You cannot be compassionate to them. You can only be compassionate to the animals. And moving on to whether she's ugly or not, which nobody even asked that, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you, she's fugly, right? So yeah, and I know your girlfriend has way better curves than her, like really, really soft curves. And you are so hot. I'll be still. I'm not going to lie. You are pretty damn hot. And she's ugly. So, like I said, I'm not sure why that came up. And you know what? Some people would even say that we are so in denial that we just have to shout from the rooftops, liars! and then just call them names and just, like we won't even allow ourselves to think even for a split second. Could it possibly be that they're not converting all these nutrients and that's why they're fucking deficient? Could it possibly be that maybe plants are lacking, at least for some people?
This is in the photos on the left and right. What do you see? What I see is, on the left, a happy, glowing and healthy Maddie. Maddie that is fit and toned. She's got colour and radiance. And then on the right, I see a starved, orthorexic Maddie who is chasing the abs. She's chasing those defined and shredded abs. She has lost her breast tissue here. She has lost fluid and fat in her face, and she has a very tired and gaunt look. Just compare these two faces. Here, she's smiling, she's beaming, she's at the beach. And then here, she looks so tired and stressed.
Damn, girl, killing it. Natasha, my girl, on point. Yeah, in that first photo, Maddie was pounding back the sugar, as you said. She was pouring sugar in her smoothies, just like Nutrition by Victoria does. She was like probably 18 or so. So yeah, she looks like a teenager. She looks like she's got a few years to malnourish herself before it starts catching up with her. So yeah, in the second photo, she looks like, she spent the next 6 years trying to eat whole food plant-based, like a normal amount of calories at that, and was even working out, expecting her body to be able to convert all these nutrients and all these variations of plants that she was eating that she believed had the nutrients in them. Everything she needed. All of her macro and micronutrients, supplementing the rest. And I don't know what happened. She just wasn't eating the sugar. That had to be it.
I think it's important to make these videos because I have a following, I have a platform, and I just want to get the message out to people, especially people that are very impressionable. It's something that she needed to do for her health. That's what a lot of these ex-vegans say. They're doing it for their health. I just want to remind people there's no animal products that are like a cure-all that's going to make you healthy that plants can't do. Maybe everybody's different. Maybe some people are allergic to certain things, but there's enough plants, seeds, nuts, mushrooms, fungi they need from a proper planned plant-based diet from all stages of life, from pregnancy, infancy to old age. And I've seen it at all stages. Personally, I've been vegan now for well over 2.5 decades. I haven't eaten meat in over 30 years. And I didn't always eat the healthiest foods, but yet here I am. I'm not shriveled up and dying.
So, yeah, we've been over this. People are idiots. They're dumb. They'll just flippantly, decide to follow a diet for years and years without ever consulting their own health or how they feel or, looking at the research, the science, and trying to understand anything about nutrition overall. Yeah, that's why we should just really, trust the experts, the Dietetics and Nutrition Association, who says it's great for all stages. And yeah, just listen to the vegan doctors. We got plenty out there that we can listen to. So as he said, we're all so different, but I also agree, we can all eat the same diet because on paper it says everything is there for the most part. And yeah, our bodies work the same, but we're different, but we're the same, but we're different, but we can convert everything, And also, as he mentions, he has been vegan for, 30 years? So anybody can do it. That proves it. This one antidote proves it. There. Done. Done with video. Joking. But as you can see here, he's done a lot of videos on his cholesterol. His LDL was going through the roof, his HDL was falling through the floor, and he was doing all sorts of different vegan diets to improve, and he barely got it to where it's manageable. But yeah, he is thriving. I mean, I don't even think he would use those words. He's living, he's alive. His body is doing the best it can with the plants he's feeding it. and he's not dead.
Ex-vegans where they're like, oh, I just feel so much better. The ex-vegans that didn't get blood work done and that just had animal products and then magically started to feel good. And the reason that I think this is problematic, you know, like going off of your feelings as opposed to getting objective blood work done and seeing what you're missing from your vegan diet, the reason I think that's problematic is because your subjective feelings can really just be a good feeling from an animal product when really you're just enabling the placebo effect, and this is obviously a problem. So I could be wrong here, but the language he's using of like, oh, I've only felt positive things from doing this really screams to me the whole like, oh, my feelings though, like I feel so good eating eggs, I'm gonna start eating eggs, as opposed to a more objective approach where you're like, let's go get blood work done and see exactly what I'm missing and maybe go have a supplement or have a food that contains high amounts of that nutrient I found out that I was missing in my blood work.
100% dude, yes, placebo effect. If you don't know what it is, look it up. This is what happened to her. This is what happened to Ravana. This is what happened to all of them. They think that they feel better. They don't really feel better. And even though you're looking at it like, wait, she was eating literally every plant you can possibly imagine, living in Bali. She had access to way better foods than most vegans do. No, she was missing some stuff, and she could have sorted it out by going to the doctor and getting blood work done. And even though she was going to the doctor and getting blood work done, she should have been going to the doctor and getting blood work done.
She's taken the wrong path. She's tried to get abs, and she's ended up in a bit of an eating disorder situation where her estrogen, this is her own words, her estrogen is super low. She's had to take steroids to try and get it up. And we're going to look into why, how, when, where, what, and what to avoid in the future. Look at these photos here. This is Maddie, vegan, looking incredible, looking very, very glowing. This is when she was following my influence back in the day, you know, not doing too much exercise, just a bit, just you know, looking very, very healthy.
Yes, Dorian Ryder. Yes, he is so smart. Man, I really look up to him. And Natasha has already been over this. You know, she has an eating disorder. She was trying to get abs. And yeah, it may have looked like she was eating 3 meals a day plus snacks, all kind of whole foods. But she was eating healthy foods. She wasn't eating enough refined sugar. We've been over this. And when you eat nothing but healthy food, quote unquote healthy, everyone knows this. When you're eating an abundance of calories and whole foods, if you have that mindset that you want abs, you'll become malnourished from that. So I hope this sums it up. We are really compassionate beings, even though we can't be compassionate to human beings. And referring to Maddie, if it comes out that there are more and I need to do a part 2, more responses, then I will. This is just getting too long. And I would definitely make a response if I find a current vegan not condemning her for this and actually showing some sort of compassion, you know, for her severe issues that she was dealing with, and not finding, after 6 years, not looking and resolving this in a plant-based way, even though she looked for 6 years to resolve this in a plant-based way. But yeah, y'all have a blessed day.